everyone, welcome to my channel. Well, I've got the bad boys on the table. This wasn't intentional. I was just in the middle of doing some JFK Jr. and Biden reading, and I got a message come through that, we've got the bad boys on the table, and let's just find out this disgusting message that we've just found out. I did put it in the community in between a couple breaks, and I'm gobsmacked. I mean, you know, for a tarot reader, you don't normally run out. Oops. Six of Wands. It's some sort of victory, is it? Okay. Well, let's just see where we're going with this, because I don't know. I think it was around about it might have been Friday my time, which was technically Thursday for most of you. That Lady C did actually mention, she was clapping a lot, right? And now it's been picked up from radar. So, yeah. Now, this is basically getting thrown around a lot, and I do notice that since that the freedom of speech in America's, pretty good now. There's none of this suppression that the left does or have done for the last 4 years. Of course, everything's all anti-gruesome twosome. Although they don't touch on the main things like the kids, and they don't touch on the visa to this stage. But of course, this alleged clapping, literally, has now hit the papers. Yeah. All about this one, and his playful days, so to speak. So one has to wonder, because all of a sudden this now is that Harry has been offered this new Netflix series, not just a documentary, but a series on Princess Diana 30 years after her death. Really? Now, when I read it, because on Thursday at the same time, I did do a reading on that, on, what was happening with Netflix. Are they going to renew? And, it is, I don't care how many times the Sussex sewer squad get in contact with me and try to bomb me. Literally, it is part 2. It's genuine series 2. They've now released, as what the card said, that they were going to do something. They want something on Princess Diana, but they will prefer the royal family. But, Princess Diana was up there and her card did come up. So, breaking news, literally, I suppose, as a lot of people say. Let's find out what the cards have to say. I'm gobsmacked, to be perfectly honest. King of Wands, there he is. There's Netflix. There's the Netflix card. Oh, and it's upright. 10 of Swords, Hierophant reverse, the Page of Swords reverse, and the Magician. Yeah, absolutely. It's Netflix trying to manipulate against the royal family. I mean, any advertising is good advertising, right? I mean, look at the Crown. And this was the nasty attack on their social media, on the internet, everything like that with the Page of Swords. Absolutely attack immediately. So far, we haven't got any change here, so it's not changing anything. But they're going, it's about, well, let's put it this way. It's about being ruined. Right, the 10 of Swords have a lot of meanings, but at the end of the day, it's, yeah, yeah. I'll just keep going. 3 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Well, there you go. I did mention in the community that I feel very, very sorry for William. I can only imagine what he's feeling like now, because at the end of the day, the gingerhead one, he even declared that he didn't know much about, or he couldn't remember her, or some psychosomatic thing that he was, blabbering out at the time. But William copped it all. William was the one that she downloaded on, and as he was going through school, of course, after the divorce because their marriage was toxic at the end of the day, right? There's no use beating around the bush. It's toxic. Anything that ends in a divorce is normally toxic. And we know the story. I mean, she didn't hesitate. So William copped all this behind the scenes. I mean, even to the point where, she was constantly crying, having the breakdown and everything like that. And they had to put, well, I believe it was William, although I have seen where all of a sudden that wasn't William, that was Harry. I don't believe it was Harry one little bit. I don't believe it at all. I believe it was William, pushing the tissues under the door and everything like that, and then as he got older and through school, of course, all the different relationships that she had, I do believe, and I will say allegedly, that at one stage he had a picture of someone on a dartboard. And I'll just say allegedly, and that was in his school, room. So, I mean, what, just really, why? Nine of Pentacles, that's why. This is all her doing. This is all her doing. She has this really, really horrid and literal hate for the monarchy. She really does. And anything to do with the firm, anything to do with the institution, this is her. This is her, and this is what my reading on Thursday was saying. Despite the fact that they would prefer something that comes from the royal family, basically the Hierophant, but they'll take anything. More than likely they prefer to keep Harry on, but they're going to keep her on because of the divorce. But here we go, we've got confirmation now. This, I would like to have turned around and said that it was gaslighting and everything like that. There's still more cards in the deck, so you never know what the bad boys are going to throw at me. But there's three involved. There's three people ruined here. Absolutely ruined. So that will be the Gruesome Twosome and Netflix, because they really need to stop. They just need to stop. They can't continue on. I mean, really? 30 years? Eight of Cups, Page of Wands, Eight of Cups is reverse. So Madam seems to think that she's stuck. She seems to think that she can't go any further. She's got nothing else. Well, she hasn't. Everything else that she, in that harebrained, thing of hers, I would say head, but I don't know what is in there, straw, literally, fails. So the only thing that she can do is cash in on the royals, and this is exactly what's happening. She's stuck. She's stuck there. She's got nothing. She's got no content. She's got no original ideas. She's got nothing. So she's stuck, and she's realised that she's going to have to do something again about the royals, and this is what she's come up with, allegedly entertainment purposes only. Page of Wands, that's the message. That's the message that's come out. I would believe this. You know why? Because all of a sudden, this clapping, right, literally, has hit the headlines, right? And then we can't have that. It's all got to be about her. But, because we've got to change the narrative, or we've got to put Harry involved in here. Harry is offered. So every time someone, Googles or they see Harry or whatever, now it'll come, because everyone's absolutely appalled about the Netflix deal. This deal isn't, her anniversary isn't until 2027. This is 2 years. And sure, it probably takes about 12 months to do everything, especially if it's a series, but it's 2 years away. Why say it now? Because of all the clapping, right? Because of changing the narrative, changing with the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Pentacles. She's working on this. She's planted this seed, and now she's going to work on it, and she's not going to let it go. All for money, and to change the narrative, to change the karma of what's happening at the moment. Two of Pentacles, Three of Wands, the Tower. Three of Wands is reversed, the Tower is reversed, the Fool is reversed, and the Hangman is reversed. So there you go, absolutely merging here. Extremely bad deal. Very, very bad deal. And, if they're worried about being ruined, well, you've got the Tower coming through here. Completely foolish. Absolutely idiotic. Past foolish. Idiotic. to think that they could go down this track. Absolutely idiotic. But, someone was just hanging around. They're just hanging around, and now all of a sudden they're going, right, this must have been, I don't know if you play euchre or whatever, but this must have been the trump card. I'm not referring to the president, but it must be the trump card. I mean, they are really desperate. Definitely desperate if this is agreed. All about merchant. Again, this is about Netflix with the King of Wands here. Absolutely 100%. It's all about their contract. I think this is all part of, like I said from my reading previously, that the Netflix weren't having any more polos or cooking shows or 40/40 or any other BS that they were coming up with. No way, no way. They wanted something. They wanted something. And guess what? They came up with Diana. Or she came up with Diana. Six of Pentacles, there's Diana now. Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups reverse, Six of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. Well, you know what? It's all about money. The whole lot's about money. They aren't doing too well. I know everyone's saying they've got millions. They have, but, they need millions to keep their lifestyle, their flamboyant lifestyle. Here, you've got the charity card, and you've also got the Six of Pentacles. So that means that they're looking for money to come in. They actually aren't doing too well. They're spending more than they're actually receiving in. And you have the divorce card here right next to Diana. So, where are we going to go with this? I mean, Diana was divorced too, wasn't she, right? So, is this all just going to all of a sudden flow in the next 2 years? Because I know from previous readings, especially coming up to the 10 mark, if he doesn't want to get stuck with the LA marriage law, he really needs to do something very, very soon. I don't think he's going to do a thing. I think he just puts his head in the sand like, I'm sorry to say, like his father. He doesn't attend to anything. He doesn't like confrontation, and yet he doesn't hesitate to do a lot of things like this and agree. For calmer waters. It's not calm. It's not calm at all. This is horrendous. It's disgusting, and it's everything that this one's wife has put out against the monarchy. And Netflix here, right on the pillar, is manifesting this, and so is she. She's manifesting it absolutely 100%. Nothing here on the table about him, despite the fact that he was usable, but is also having a go here at William. And that's the story of what has just been released. And it's, again, horrendous. I'm very, very sorry for everyone to have to learn that. I wasn't happy myself, and I thought, no, I'm just going to do a reading because, it's 2 years. Why are you announcing it now? It's because of all the clapping, literally, allegedly entertainment purposes only, and to change the narrative, which is your Wheel of Fortune, and all of a sudden they're going to make some sort of deal. They've used Harry as a name. Whether he knows or not, I don't know. His cards aren't here. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like he had a say in the matter. It was all her manipulating with Netflix to get back at mainly William. This is what's really sad. When William does come into power, he's going to have a lot of problems with the Sewer Squad, and he's going to have a lot of problems with his sister-in-law. A lot of problems. And it's only just begun. Very, very, very sad. He's going to have an attack after attack. It's going to be very, very sad. We've got 2 years here. What do you reckon the chances are of him actually being the king by then? Not a feel-good reading. I'm going to go back and try and find something that's a lot lighter than this. But I just felt that I needed to do this. So, yeah. Again, I'm sorry, people. I feel for you all because I feel the same thing. All right. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.